This is Purge, and how is it going, guys? I am officially set up in Los Angeles, and this is my new setup. I have a wall to my background. Haven't decorated yet, but I do have the posters next to me. They're right here. Just haven't put them on the wall quite yet. I'm mostly moved in now, and I'm going to be casting a pub game here with a bunch of random people. Hopefully it goes okay. I don't know how the audio quality is. It might be a little echoey, because I can hear it myself slightly, but hopefully it turns out okay. If not, I'll stop using my desk mic and I'll switch to the other things, and that will be fine. So we're watching an AP game. This is a pub game. We can go over the players really quickly. We have APX Noobs, Lazarus, APX Drags, APX Boney, APX Power, Surely, a full setup team, and then Burzil, Greft, Doom, Sarge Tracer, Xeonix, and Rodolfo Spiguel. Spigel? So now I live in Los Angeles. I moved here. I live close to Luminous now, and Blitz as well, and a couple other people. It's going to be freaking fun. Played a lot of Magic the Gathering yesterday, a little bit, for like 2 hours. That was really, really fun. I haven't played in a long time. And but most importantly, we just get to land and talk about Dota all the time, which is really cool. So we should be able to do that fairly often. Looks like people are picking their heroes really slowly this time. And there we go, on to the game. So, a couple things. Ah, man, it's so weird to be set up here. Okay, beautiful. I haven't even played a game on this computer yet, so this is the first thing that I've done officially. Alright, so we have a Sniper, a Witch Doctor, a Morphling, and a Spirit Breaker. Problems first is Sniper, Morphling, and a Spirit Breaker all have carry potential, especially Sniper and Morphling. They are hard carries. Spirit Breaker is somewhere between a semi-carry and a hard carry, more on the semi-carry because he's not that strong of a hero. And Bloodseeker as well also has some carry potential, but he's going to be doing a solo mid most likely. So this is also kind of another hero that shouldn't be picked. There's too much carry potential on the Radiant team. Now, Bloodseeker was drafted. Hopefully, goes solo mid. Quelling Blade, 3 Ironwood, and a Tango. This works out okay. I would maybe like to see him get a salve. Kind of depends on how good a last hitting he is. He is going to be able to get a lot of creep kills because he has good base damage and a Quelling Blade, so he's going to do 30% of this, which is like, what? He's going to be doing about 75, 78 damage, something like that, with his auto attack, which is actually huge. It's very unlikely that enemy teams can be able to last hit him, but yeah, solo mid Bloodseeker pretty much required. Make sure you solo him. Don't dual lane him. It's not good at all. He needs EXP. He needs to get to 6 before he can actually be useful, and then he goes around ganking a lot, hopefully. Looks like they're going to do a Sniper Morphling dual lane, which is terrible because both these heroes need farm. Sniper has good starting items, and Morphling has also pretty good starting items. I don't necessarily like the double slipper. I mean, hypothetically, as a Morphling, if you really want to, let me set myself to offline really quick. If you really want to, you can just get strength items and then translate that to agility. So why not grab, like, I don't know, circlets or something? You could grab circlets instead. You could go like slipper circlet. That would be kind of cool. And then just transfer some of that strength over to agility instead, if you're interested in doing that. But not a very good dual lane. And also, they have very, very little killing potential. They're based on like headshots and possible waveforms to score kills. Looks like top lane is going to be a Dragonite with a Tango start. He's got 550 gold. I don't know if he's rushing Ring of Health or whatnot, but if you are rushing Ring of Health, this is a little safer than going for just save the money all the way. He should be in lane, but he's not. And Lich is going to be so late to the party, they just TPs to lane. That's 135 gold that he's never going to get back. They could have had just by picking at a reasonable time. 1 salve and 1 clarity isn't that much regen right now. And I did see before that Tinker picked a bottle first, which is not very good. It looks like he also casted Merchant Machine at level 1, which is probably not very good either. If I was him, I would maybe consider just maxing out Laser Missile first, because against Bloodseeker, oh, that's cool, it shows the HP heal now. Laser is really good against a Bloodseeker, basically. I mean, he can always silence the Tinker when he does go for kills and things like that. Well, he's actually taking pretty decent rest. He's going to go Missile March, actually, and he gets about 55 HP out of that, which is not bad. Does that have a new animation? Kind of looks like it. Bot lane is a Witch Doctor, a Barathrum, Spirit Breaker. He should have Charge of Darkness probably at level 2, most likely, just to have a stun possibility, basically. And on the bot lane here, the Dire team also has a double carry lane, which is going to be a Naga Siren and Ursa. Now, this is actually kind of cool in some ways, because Ensnare is obviously an amazing disable, and comboing Ensnare with Overpower and Fury Swipes is most likely going to be a dead hero. But since they do have Witch Doctor, they will have a stun here, which isn't going to make it easy for them to get a kill. But I do like Ursa's starting item build, very good. If you're worried about your lane not having enough regen, this is perfect. Stout Shield with 2 Tangos and a Salve is just absolutely plenty. Naga Siren's starting item build is pretty crap. A Ring of Regen with a Stout Shield is not good enough because this does give you HP regen, but it's 2 per second. Ring of Regen is arguably one of the worst early game items in the game. And in my opinion, it's so expensive, 350 gold for 2 HP regen a second. Like, it takes so long to pay off, really. Have swap. It's too late, buddy. You're going to have to play Naga Siren. It makes me want to play Spirit Breaker. I'm going to do it today on stream. I'm going to do it. No denies there, unfortunately. Sniper is with 6 last hits, 2 last hits on Morphling. Is Dragonet just getting the lane? Okay, he's level 2. He's got 820 gold and 4 last hits, so he's not doing that bad. This Lich needs to salve, which he's going to do. A level 1 Breath of Fire. Slight waste there, but he is at 830 gold. You should get last hits like that. Wow, he's like really trying to kill Sniper. I think he's going to be able to get him, actually. And Sniper, I think, is going to be the first blood if he doesn't cancel the animation or die Morphling. So he will trade here. Still pretty good trade, though. Level 1 Breath of Fire, once again, not worth it. Don't cast your level 1 spells, guys. Usually. Especially in a dual lane, because you won't level up very fast, and you don't get mana regen that much. If you're in the mid lane and you have a bottle or something, whatever. You can get away with it, but... You know, as spamming level 1 Breath of Fire for 90 damage, he casted that at least twice when we saw it, and that was all of his mana for the equivalent of like 2 auto attacks. Not worth it all. He's got 1,000 gold. He needs to actually be really aggressive here against the Morphling. Morphling isn't that good at killing, and his skill build is also terrible. We talked about this last time we casted a Morphling game, but don't max Adaptive Strike first. It should be away from first every time. And still, he's playing very, very safe. He's probably looking at the shop, I'm guessing, because he doesn't know what he's doing. Lich actually seems like a reasonably okay player. Oh, I hope he doesn't dive this. Okay, he's just going to take a 1 tower shot. Slight mistake, but it's okay. I mean, if Dragonet just bought like a Ring of Health or something, he could just like totally ruffle stomp this wave and regen like crazy. It's not really a good idea, but it's something that you can do if you're worried about survivability in lane. And since he saved all this money by just buying a single tango, like, what is he doing? He's not playing aggressive enough, but that's just because he's inexperienced. You can just tell. He's got a fancy sword. It's a Dragon Maw. That's cool. See how the bot lane is going. Witch Doctor has a boots and a magic stick. That's great. Looks like he's maxing out Cask first, and Spirit Breaker is now level 3, and he's got 1 of everything, which is awesome. You want to max out Empowering Haste first, though. This is by far your best skill. It gives you base movement speed, but most importantly, it also gives you bonus damage based on your movement speed. Now, keep in mind, guys, that you never want to go boots first with Spirit Breaker. That's a terrible decision. Because what a lot of people do is they look at Empowering Haste and they say, like, oh, I get more damage based on my movement speed, so why would I not go boots first? Well, the reason is that if you do the math of it, it's terrible extra damage. So you get 4% bonus damage from Empowering Haste. That means if you look at the extra damage that you get from the boots, it's 4% of your boot speed, which is 55. And this is a tiny, tiny number. Even if this was maxed out at 16% for bonus damage, it's still a very, very small percentage of Boots' speed here. Now he's going to stun on this Ursa. I don't think they can actually kill. Yeah, he's going to be able to kill Witch Doctor, I think, unless he stuns. Oh, I think he canceled his charge, actually. His skill build's pretty shit, though. Don't do this, guys. You should not be maxing out Greater Bash first. The, Oh, I forgot this gives you bonus movement speed after you get a bash. That's cool. Which increases your damage. The only thing that scales as you pick up more skill points is the damage bonus that you get from it, as well as the stun duration. And you don't really want to level this up early. You want to max out Empowering Haste. You can get a ton of damage from Empowering Haste. It's insane amounts of damage from that, so... That's always what you want to focus on when you play Spirit Breaker. Max this out first just for the damage output. It's really good, I promise. Maledict's going to miss even though he's standing still. And Spirit Breaker still hasn't gotten a bash. Is that a Rupture kill? Yes. Wow, he didn't even have Blood Rage. You should have at least 1 level of Blood Rage, especially against a Tinker. Definitely should have a Blood Rage level. But he still gets the kill. 2 Thirsts, 3 Bloodbaths. And Tinker doesn't do a whole lot of damage to him. He still has Bottle first, his skill build is weird, and he's got 700 gold. Against a Bloodseeker, you should probably just have a TP scroll, especially as a Tinker, because as soon as he gets Rupture and Blood Rage, he can just jump on you, which is going to be a pain in the butt. So, looks like he's going Phase Boots, which is good. That's what I like to do when I go Bloodseeker, just because it allows you to chase without having them being a low HP. He's getting another Rupture in 30 seconds. Witch Doctor kills Ursa, actually. He's going to get a bash. And now 2 levels in Empowering Haste. He got about 10 damage from the skill point, which is great. And the movement speed going up as well. So he's got plus 82 right now, which is pretty awesome. Doesn't have very much regen. He also has a Clarity Potion and not a lot of strength items. But for now, he's doing okay, I think. Missing last hits. Morphling does not have boots yet. He's got a Ring of Health now, which is good for his HP. Gloves of Haste first on Sniper. I'm not a huge fan of this. I wish this was a Belt of Giant Strength first. I've talked about this before, I believe, in previous videos, but at this point of the game, 15% attack speed is not much, especially because you hit very, very slowly. So I think the smarter thing that he could have done was bought the Belt of Giant Strength first. It just increases HP by, what, 100 or something, and that's something that we would need a little bit more likely. Dragon actually maxing out Dragon Blood first, and he has a Ring of Health, so he has insane HP regen right now, 10 per second, which is really good, but the downside is that he has no offensive capabilities as a result of this. So even if somebody came and ganked his lane, he could stun for 2.5 seconds, but Breath of Fire or Breathe Fire isn't going to do any damage, and he's just going to be okay on regen. And even though he has 10 HP per second, he's even sitting a little safe. So there are 2 heroes, though, so it's a little understandable that he's playing semi-safe. And it's going to be Treads down Sniper, so Either way, he has finally completed this. Either way, guys, I still think it's vastly better to grab the stat item first for the damage or the HP or whatever. Tranquil Boots on Ursa, not a bad pickup. It does make you pretty fast. That's kind of one of the nice things. It's kind of a mix between Phase Boots and... oh, he's going to disassemble. He's trying to make a Basilius here. He's going to grab the Ring of Protection, and there it is. So he basically just made them temporarily because he will be making a Vlad. So he made those temporarily because at some point he was actually going to make a Vlad. So just a little temporary trick you can do. You can disassemble Tranquil Boots, which is what he did there. He just made the Tranquil Boots just in case he needed the regen, and then once he has enough for a Sage's Mask, he disassembles, and now he's going to be pumping some mana regen out to the Naga Siren, who was going for a Ring of Regen and a Band of Elven Skin. So this looks like this is going to be for the that's going to be for the treads, I believe. So, but he got the stat item first, so I'm happy. Opted for the 6 extra damage for some reason, rather than for treads. Bloodseeker looks like he's going for a Force Staff, which I don't approve of in terms of item choice. Please, guys, get Blood Rage though. Just 1 level of Blood Rage. It's invaluable against heroes like Tinker. You could just Blood Rage him, and you know that he won't laser you. And then, you know, God, he has such a weird skill build. 2 laser, 3 missile, 1 march, which isn't very good. I wouldn't recommend that at all. Dragon Knight's going to use his ulti for some reason. He still doesn't have any mana regen or HP, really. Just a ton of HP regen, I guess, is all he's working with. He's not really last hitting either. Looks like Lich is actually a semi-decent player, though. He's kind of attack moving. He's level 6. They could maybe kill Morphling. There's going to be a nuke on him, actually, but he's going to lose Dragon Form. Chain Frost as well. Are we going to see... No! Go Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight, what are you doing, man? Well, on the bright side, the wave got cleared, and he did also a lot of damage to the sniper, so... I mean, they can actually take this, I think. He's going for Wraithband with the Ring of Health. Still does not have boots. If Dragon... I would have dove if I was Dragon Knight, go for the stun and try to kill him, but I don't know if they would have been able to pick him off with just this shit skill build, so... He's going to buy now. Looks like the guy doesn't know very much about purchasing items. And Spearbreaker actually almost died. He's got treads now, and he does have his ulti, which he used on the bot lane. I don't know if he got a kill, though. Skill build on Naga is pretty good. 3 Riptides, 2 levels of Ensnare. I'd maybe consider getting 1 Illusion against a Spearbreaker as well as a Witch Doctor, because it will add confusion if they end up trying to kill you. So I'd maybe consider doing that. And now Sniper as well as Morphling playing really safe. Now Headshot level ups. The skill build. Oh my god, this is going to be a dead Morphling, I think. Now he's going to morph and morph his OP and stuff. And that was a haste. Wow. He's going to be able to nuke Sniper, though. I think. Oh my god, please God, get this kill. These are such easy kills. He's going to Breath of Fire, or Breathe Fire, and it's not going to hit. Oh my god, this is painful. And Bloodseeker is going to show up and murder this Tinker. There's the dead Tinker. He actually does have Blood Rage finally. Still has Phase Boots. Quarterstaff is good to pick up now, though. I mean, it's not a bad item for in terms of damage output. And he maxes out Thirst, so Bloodseeker actually doing pretty well. Anyways, Force Staff is not really that worth it, guys, and the reason is because of the level of Rupture. It's going to be okay once it gets to level 2. The move damage doubles between level 1 and level 2, so between level 6 and level 11, most of the Rupture damage is just about the positioning, the idea that you hold them in place, as well as the burst damage at the start. It does pure damage, so it's actually not a bad nuke. You could equivalate, is that a word? You could look at it very similar to just like a 200 damage nuke, something about there. Which isn't that much, but Rupture does give you some implications as well. Wow, more nukes on Morphling as he doesn't get killed, and still Dragon Knight does max out Dragon Blood first. Also grabs the Glove of Haste. Why do people always grab Glove of Haste first? I really don't get it, honestly. You could have 6 Strength, which is, 100 HP in some, and it's like 114 HP. You get 114 HP, and you get 6 damage. Is that really better than 15% attack speed, or 15 attack speed? It's not. Please, God, get the stat items first. I don't know why it's such a common misconception. Like, why people do it so often. Alright, he's got Force Staff now. He just has to bring it to himself. I think the staff is down here. Yeah, it is for sure. Gonna bring a... Is that a blade for Witch Doctor, I guess? This guy needs to heal. He's got actually healing stuff. Okay, there's his stuff. He should tread switch when he does this as well. You can gain a little bit more. I don't think they can kill either of these guys, though. Ursa's kind of a beast. He's got decent items. Naga Siren has an Ensnare. I just don't know. It's 11 minutes. There hasn't been that much roaming, pretty much just from the mid lane. And Bloodseeker actually almost died mid here, taking a march and a couple other hits. So he's going to have to wait for this creep wave to come back by before he can actually lifesteal from the blood, drinking blood and stuff. This is something that I fail usually when I play Bloodseeker, is I'm low HP like this. I'm like, oh, I just need a couple denies and it'll be fine. And then I go up and I miss like one last hit and then I just get killed. Wow, 3 heroes spot though. It's going to be really bad for these guys. I think they did spot him, but no Ensnare. And the range is not quite long enough. Ooh. And it's nighttime as well. Oh, okay, never mind. Spirit Breaker's been spotted now. Oh, the net's going to fly. And a Frost Nova. And this is going to be his death here. He's going to charge at least and do a little damage to Lich, but... Skill build is still pretty terrible here. 3 levels of Greater Bash. Now he does guarantee a Bash level by using Nether Strike. It does 150 damage plus the Bash level, which is decent damage. But you just want a Power and Haste to be really big because you hit insanely hard at level 7. He could be hitting for about 110 right now, I believe, if this was maxed out, because it would double his bonus damage. This counts as base damage as well. So if you get an aura item, like an aura damage item like Vlad's, it actually increases Spirit Breaker's damage by insane amounts. Maybe that'd be the best way to dual lane to actually make a Spirit Breaker viable, is if you put him with Avenge. That'd be kind of fun. Put him with Vengeful Spirit, because Empowering Haste or the aura damage items do get affected by Empowering Haste. It's like a base damage for some reason instead of just like a plus damage. So it's pretty cool. Naga Siren is being charged. Charge of Darkness coming. So yeah, the best skill build from Spirit Breaker, because I haven't made that completely clear yet. 1 bash, 1 charge, max Empowering Haste, get ulti. That's what I would do. Oh wow, he probably really just wants to kill this Lich. Stun him. Stun him. Stun him. Stun him. Alright. Oh, Chain. Oh my god, this Chain Frost. Oh, Lich. Holy shit, this guy is probably feeling so cool. That was really well played. Very well played by Lich, honestly. He did that very well. Chain Frost and also Frost Nova. Now, big mistake though, never get Arcane Boots on Lich. Absolute waste here. Don't do it. Oh, he can see him. He's gonna die to Rupture though. I know it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Alright, there's a kill. And there's a Tinker. He's gonna shoot a missile. Almost shooting a laser, but he does go Darkness. Nice play by Bloodseeker, at least cleaning up the kill from Lich getting easy pickups. It's going to be a March, which is going to do virtually no damage. Bloodseeker, and he's just going to walk away from this. These are his items. Yes, there's an Ursa who wants to kill. He's got Vlad's. He's got actually got pretty good damage here. Bring the 4 staff. Phase boots, so fast. And he's going to get away. We're going to see a charge once again. Alright, sorry, did I talk about Super Breaker? Max Empower and Haste, 1 bash, 1 ulti, 1 charge, and then you got a max charge. I tried this out. I tried out one game where I had 1 charge and max bash second, but that just didn't work out because look at his movement speed. It's very, very little above what a regular person's movement is. So if we look at Ursa right now, his movement speed is like 365. We'll look at this fight for a second. You're going to see a lot of bouncing. Luckily for him, the Lincolns on Roshan did remove this, but he actually canceled an animation there, and a sniper shot is going to kill him. Lich wishes he had his ulti now. His ulti should be turned off, and there we go. He should have split earlier. There's the net, and can we just... This Naga's misplaying big time. He just uses Riptide. Should max Riptide first, no matter what. Oop, that is a good cast. And he finally turns on his heal. This is why you get your heal. Look at this. It's only costing a little bit of mana per second. 8 mana per second, and all of a sudden he's able to put his HP up to like double what it was, just from the heal. Very, very good. People really need to grab Voodoo Restoration more, I think. At least 1 level. Bloodseeker gets another kill. Mid, Naga is still fighting this. Our net actually might get the kill. Oh my god, he does end up dying, so cool. That was a good play. I was going to say maxing net versus ensnare is usually not the best idea. Even a lot of pro players actually keep it at about 2 levels, and then they max out Mirror Image, because Mirror Image is actually pretty useful to make your illusions a lot more tanky, that is. But you should max Riptide out first, for sure. The extra damage and the minus armor is very, very useful. And maybe they can even get a kill here. They don't have any mana on the Naga, though, is the problem, so they can't actually net the Spirit Breaker. But yeah, you got to max charge out second. The movement speed is what you need, and the stun duration does go by a shitload as well. But it's really about the movement speed. You basically have to be able to land that first stun. It's very important. And if he actually had decent damage, he can maybe have denied that, but he did not. Little hits on the Ursa. Ursa might go back in Roshan now, which would be smart. Morphling still has a terrible skill build. He also hasn't even gotten boots yet, and he's very heavily morphed to strength, so he does like no damage here. Which is pretty hilarious. Which means he's going to regen even slower. Please, God, buy some boots. Naga bought a Vanguard, which is not a bad choice. I hope he doesn't go Vlad's, though, because there is already an Ursa that has the Vlad's. It kind of looks like he may be going for that with the Ring of Regen, but he could grab other stuff. I would actually like to see this maybe be a Soul Ring, since he has a lot of regen now. He can actually afford to use Soul Ring constantly. And Sniper just going bare bones build with Double Wraith Band and Portraits. Oh yeah, I almost talked about Headshot once. Bloodseeker's going to grab another kill. Top looks like he used a Rupture Force Staff. So many things I almost started talking about, then kept forgetting. Alright, we'll do Rupture Force Staff really fast here. Morphling is probably going to be fine. He's taking decent damage. Actually, Tread Switch too. If you would have had Riptide, I think you might have been able to get that kill. Anyways, so at level 1 Rupture, you take 20% of the move damage. Force Staff pushes you 600 units. So that means 10% is 60 damage, and 20% is 120 pure damage. So this Force Staff, if you're a level below level 11 Bloodseeker, it only does 120 damage, which is not much at all. It's really not a lot of damage, so therefore, usually Force Staff is kind of bad. It is a way to get a nuke, but as far as I'm concerned, the easier way to get 150 damage nuke on Bloodseeker is to buy an urn. And every time you get a kill, you get an urn, and then as you come in for your ganks, wow, this Spirit Breaker is really, really hopeful about this. He's not going to be able to win this fight. He's just not tanky enough. We're going to see a... Oh, Maledicт actually crushing him again, but a huge Chain Frost. Man, Lich is just rocking this game. So, okay, Bloodseeker kills that guy. Sniper's still alive. I was talking about Force Staff. Now it's double, so it's doing 240 damage. This is about the point where Force Staff actually becomes semi-useful. And once this gets to the 3rd level, that'll end up being 360 extra damage just from the Rupture. So you can do Rupture for 350, and then put that up to like 710 damage just from Rupture and Force Staff. So early game Force Staff really not that good. I would dare say that Urn Phase Boots is one of the best builds that you can get. I had somebody use that against me in Dota 1 and it worked out really, really nicely. And I've done it as well a couple times. Pretty fun stuff. Dragon Breath, or Dragon Knight is finally maxing out Breathe Fire, which is kind of cool. I don't know if he could have stunned from the high ground or not. We're going to see a charge. Missiles going on. Oh my god, they gave up on Sniper. I think they could have killed him, possibly. Alright, let's talk about Headshot quick. I'm going to actually pull this up on the... I'm going to put this in directed mode really, really fast here so I don't miss anything. But I'm going to Alt-Tab here and pull up playdota.com. Oops. And I'm going to go to Heroes. And I want to look at the scaling of Heroes likes of Headshot. Because I've looked at it before, and I can't remember exactly what the numbers are. Alright, we are back full screened. Free camera, close this. We'll see the Spirit Breaker die maybe. God, he just hasn't gotten any experience. He just died a lot. Really hasn't contributed a whole lot. Sniper is so almost dead. Sniper needs to like back up and just ulti, not auto attack at all. She's gonna die to missiles. Okay, so Headshot. Level 1, the duration of the stun is 0.01 seconds, which is very, very low. Level 2, it's 0.1, and level 3, it's 0.2. Level 4, it's also 0.2. So usually Sniper becomes really annoying when he can mini-stun you multiple times and prevent you basically from moving that often. So if you really want to level up Headshot, the best level to leave it at is probably level 3. Because the percent chance and the damage it does is very, very low in scaling. It only goes by like 5% per level. It doesn't show you the duration of the mini-stun in the icon, but that's what it is. I'm reading the website about it. So if you really want to max out Headshot semi-early, I would argue leave it at level 3 and leave it there. Don't put a 4th level in it until you have maybe Take Aim max and you feel okay on stats. If you happen to get Shrapnel, then yeah, you can put points in that as well, but generally that skill is not used very often. So I personally think maybe like 3 headshots with some take aims depending on your lane, and then from there you can get stats until you feel safe with HP. But either way, Sniper is kind of a very scary hero to play. We're actually going to see a smoke gank here. Tinker goes for a Void Stone, still doesn't have Boots of Travel, which he should be getting. You should be farming until you get Boots of Travel, and it's 20 minutes in, and obviously very, very late for that. Arcane Boots is up on Lich, but once again, he has 4 skill points into a skill that should guarantee that he has mana, so Tranquil Boots is almost always the best option for Lich. Tranquil or Boots of Travel. I'm sorry, Tranquil Boots or Phase Boots is what I'm thinking. And Sniper's now going to die. There's 1 nuke and a missile and probably like 1 right click, and here is going to die. Could have just right clicked. Kind of a waste of mana, but that's okay. Going to see another charge from the Spirit Breaker, who just has Shreds. He's actually got 3 Empower and Haste, so his damage is not bad here, but we'll see how this turns out. And don't charge the tankiest guy in the enemy team, guys. He should be killing either Lich or the Tinker, which he's now actually doing here. Lich is going to Chain Frost, but it only doesn't even bounce here. And now a little bit of right clicks on the Dragon Knight. And he's actually going to be able to kill Spirit Breaker, I think. Yeah, he is. The Blood Rage... Oh, wow, that was actually a lot of damage increase for the Dragon Knight. Kind of a mistake by Bloodseeker to put the Blood Rage on the Dragon Knight when he's got 4 levels into it. You don't really want to level this up 4 times unless it's a spell-heavy lineup. So when you put 3 levels into this skill, you can permacast it just about. There's a little bit of non-overlap for Blood Rage. With 4 levels, you have 9 seconds duration, a 6-second cooldown. But the problem is that he cast it on the Dragon Knight, who at worst would have had a stun and maybe a Breathe Fire. But what he did was he buffed his damage by 80%. So he basically gave the Dragon Knight approximately 80 damage, which is an insane amount of damage for, what, 9 seconds? And that was part of the reason the Spirit Breaker ended up dying. Now, he could have backed up and not been an idiot, but you know, it's still going to happen. This is part of the problem with Spirit Breaker players is they do this a lot, where they'll just go charge and team fight and they won't spend enough time farming. He needs at least a little bit of tankiness or some damage items to try to perform better. As a hero, Spirit Breaker is definitely about attack speed. Look how much damage he has right now. He has like no new items and he has 123 damage right now, just basically because of Empowering Haste. It's insane how big your damage can get on Spirit Breaker. And you can have this at level 7. Like, you can have this at such an early point in the game. Alright, Bloodseeker's going to get spotted by Ursa. He does have a Rupture. He's going to Force Staff himself. Force Staff actually pretty good against Ursa, though, so there's also that. He still has Phase Boots of Lads. He's got an Aegis. And Lich now farming bot lane. His mech is good. Morphling's going to try to kill him. He's got Treads, Ring of Aquila. He's all on agility right now. Oh my god. Is this going to be a charge? Yes, it is. Dire Team's going to see it, though. And this is why Lich is backing up at the moment, so he's going to cancel this. So yeah, Morphling's build is now looking okay, but it was really shit early on. Like, he did not do this very cost efficient to get here. His skill build was bad. His farming was okay. He went like Ring of Health, double Wraithband, and then he got boots. Like, that's not recommended at all. I absolutely do not recommend it. He's auto-attacking right now, which is going to hurt his farm, of course. And that was actually a lot of heroes bottom, so they're going to try to fight this. Dragon Knight is actually looking decent. I don't know if you guys can hear that motorcycle or not, but I can. Double Bracer, with the treads. Not really recommended. He's got a Ring of Health as well as a Morbid Mask. I would pretty much argue that you don't need a Ring of Health on Dragon Knight, especially if you get a Morbid Mask. If you have a Morbid Mask and you've maxed out Dragon Blood, you don't need both of these, all three of these things. So his build's a little uncost efficient here, and I don't even know what he's going to make the Ring of Health into. Your options are what? Refresher, Vanguard, and a Perseverance, which could be any of these items, and most of them are not a good choice for Dragon Knight. So they're going to take the tower finally. We'll see if they find some heroes. So who's down here? Oh, it's Morphling. He doesn't have his ulti yet, but he's actually going to get spotted. Oh, he actually did end up dodging the missile with his waveform, so that was good by him. Only 800 H or 600 HP, so he's got to be really careful. And where's Bloodseeker? Bloodseeker picks up a Sacred Relic. I don't know if he's making a Radiance or what, but he's actually doing quite well right now. 6 kills, 100 blast hits. Spirit Breaker is now maxed on Empowering Haste. Look at this, 141 damage. Isn't that ridiculous? That's insane damage. Spirit Breaker does a lot of right-click damage. You can see a net on the Sniper, a Rupture on the Ursa, which is not really going to pay off that much, as we see Naga just ulti everybody. I guess that's going to keep Ursa alive. God, that lasts forever. 9-second duration. And now they're going to kill Sniper. That was actually relatively smart. I kind of like that. I think they can still fight this, though. I mean, the bounty. Go on Tinker. They got to kill Tinker first. Tinker's the scariest by far. It should be them jumping on Tinker, but they're just going to leave Spirit Breaker out to dry, I guess. What is going on with this team? They just, like, backed up. Whoa, my god, they're going to lose everybody. Morphling going to die now. Bloodseeker gets hit. Chain Frost does nothing. Just like slightly better team fight there by the Dire team. The ulti from the Naga was good. It kept Ursa alive. I think they could have burned Ursa's Aegis. This is not the right hero to try to kill, by the way. The hero that they want to jump on, they probably should silence Naga and then Rupture Tinker. If they can kill Tinker or Lich, you always want to kill the squishiest heroes on the enemy team. If they can kill either Lich or Tinker, that would be the best. And then try to just kite Ursa if possible. Part of the problem is obviously they don't have many stuns. They have basically Paralyzing Cask and like Charge of Darkness, and that's about it. So they're definitely very limited on their heroes. I still think Bloodseeker has a chance of carrying this game, though. Not because he's a hard carry, but just because he's playing better than all of the enemy players, I think. Other than maybe Lich. Lich has been doing pretty well. Tinker still doesn't have Boots of Travel. He really needs to get Boots of Travel. He's basically losing a lot of potential from Tinker. This is a terrible ward. Never place a ward here. God, look how bad that is. This is the ward vision. This much. That's it. That is all we can see. Can I draw on the map? I can. But I can't draw on the screen for some reason. It's weird. Alright, Naga Siren also built the Vlads, so we actually have 2 Vlads on the same team now. This is absolutely a waste. And even still, Vlad's not that good of an item on Naga Siren. There's much better things you could pick up, like a Diffusal Blade. You can work towards a Radiance. All the Chinese teams are really into Lincoln Sphere on her, just to get her a little bit more tanky and give her some stats and all that good stuff as well. So you can do that. That works out. Dragon Knight picks up a Helm of the Dominator. This is actually a good Dragon Knight item, just because it has armor as well as damage, and it gives you lifesteal and helps you farm a lot. So I would say that's pretty reasonable to do, by all means. You can also use it to grab a creep and stack Ancients a lot if you're into that as well. And we're going to have Naga Siren still on the bot lane. I don't know, there's a lot of people not farming, which I think is a big mistake. And especially, look at this top lane here. There's a creep wave that's just dying. All of these creeps are dying, and nobody is there to stop it. Like, you have to do something about that. Lich picks up Arcane Boots, and still has Arcane Boots, that is. Has a point booster as well now. Point boosts are most likely going to be for an Aghanim Scepter, which is not a bad choice. I would maybe... Force Staff maybe not the best option against this lineup because Rupture, but not quite sure. And he's going to pick up a Morbid Mask next, so I'm guessing this is going to be a Mask of Madness, but Spirit Breaker has really lost his peak of possible usefulness. I want to look at like hero levels or something. Hero levels. Alright. Oh my god, the EXP from the Dire team is just so much better. It's insane. Just a lot better. Spirit Breaker's level 10 here. He's got a Morbid Mask. I talked about that. He's so behind. Like, as a level 10 hero now, he's died 7 times. He's gotten 5 assists. There's definitely a moment where Spirit Breaker becomes not so useful. And he is a lot about luck in some ways, because you really just want to get a lot of bashes. It's bonus damage. You can perma-stun a guy. Almost. Yeah, it looks like you can actually perma-stun a guy if you get it perfectly. They're going to charge on Tinker. Tinker does finally have Boots of Travel. We'll see if he rearms in time. He could end up dying, and his charge is still level 1, which sucks so bad. It's going to be a haste on Tinker. He's actually faster than Barthram right now. Look at this. But he's actually going to run in circles and get stunned, so I think he's going to die, unless he's got to ulti them. There it is. Okay, he's got him. Alright, good pickup there. And he actually didn't even Mask of Madness either. So he's level 11, picks up a second ulti. Another Strike's actually really good. 350 damage at level 16. That's insane damage addition. Oh, that's right. It does a bash radius. Does it hit everybody? Oh, something's happening. Oh, is that a Chain Frost on a illusion? Naga Siren, I would feel for you, bro, but you got a second of lads, so I'm not gonna excuse that stuff. Whatever. These guys are shit talking Lich. Lich is like owning this game. Are you serious? Did they just rage quit? No way. No way. They probably are on land, right? Right? Shadowblade Ursa. Blink Dagger much better. First of all, Blink Dagger is instantaneous. Shadowblade is okay, but if they don't get dust. I mean, if they don't get dust, I guess it's okay, but... Witch Doctor going for Aghanims. He actually grabbed a Staff of Wizardry first, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think that could be better. Sniper also going for some lifesteal because, hey man, lifesteal is the way to go, which is not actually true. Don't do this, guys. He doesn't even have damage yet, and he's getting lifesteal. This is not really worth it. I mean, Wraith Bands, it's 9 damage apiece, 18 here, plus another 8 from the Power Treads. You're getting, like, what, 24 damage? But you're really not lifestealing very much at all, and his attack speed is kind of shit anyways, so just really not that hard paying off here. Morphling looks like he's going to Lincoln Sphere, which against this lineup is not bad. They have a stun, a laser, a net. You could stop a lot of their abilities, but especially with that much carry potential in your team, you more likely just want to stay alive. Radiance is finished on Bloodseeker, so now his farm is actually going to be really good. How much HP you healing? It's not insane. They are still 4 minutes to connection. I don't know what's going on with them. Barthram's still only level 11. We're going to see some pauses, so I guess we're going to speed up until they reconnect. Yes, they reconnect. So Sniper also not farming. I mean, there's places to farm. Mid lane they could farm. They could farm the jungle. They've got lifesteal, so it's not like these guys can't farm jungle. I mean, if they just honestly sat Bloodseeker and Morphling and Barthram and Sniper in the jungle and just never stopped farming, they would just win the game. They're going to outfarm the enemy team if they do this. It's going to happen. Last hits and denies. Look at this difference. Like, this just tells you alone, like, the difference in the skill level of the players. You can just tell Bloodseeker's a slightly better player than everybody else in this game just because of the amounts of last hits you have. Oh, that's his name. His name's Brazil. Hero level, XP per minute. Current gold, that means nothing. Net worth. Tinker wants to fight, I guess. Bloodseeker's like, alright, I'll kill you. That's pretty easy. Radiance damage and a rupture. And that's only a 50-second cooldown. God, if you had another rupture. It'd be so cool to double rupture in a fight, don't you think, guys? Refresher is so bad on Bloodseeker, though. I would never do that. Ursa going to take out Roshan again, doing a ton of damage. This is beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Naga's actually going for a crit item, it looks like. Broadsword and a Blades of Attack. It's going to be Crystallis. Now, this is kind of cool for the fact that Naga used to have a crit ability. Her third skill before Riptide was added was actually a passive crit. It was something like 50% chance for double damage. So it was pretty good damage. It actually resulted in Naga doing better late game than she currently does. Early game, her Riptide is better with net. It's actually pretty good kill potential, but she used to do a lot better late game damage. So the cool thing about this as a crit item now, this plus 35 damage does not go to her illusions. So if she uses Mirror Image, her illusions don't get this 35 damage, but they do get the critical chance. They have 20% damage chance to do 175 percentage total. So, I mean, they won't get a bonus damage from the damage item, but they can get 75% extra damage, which is cool. So crit item's actually pretty good on illusion heroes, which is part of the reason who's the perfect example of a crit hero with illusions. I don't know, you could do Manta on Phantom Assassin if you really wanted to. That would actually be not bad. I don't know why people don't do that more. Probably because just you want big damage numbers generally. But Manta wouldn't be that bad on her because they would get the crit from her. And the crit is her ultimate, so... Unless I'm crazy, like, it seems crazy to me that nobody ever gets a Manta on her, to be honest. Maybe I should try that sometime. Go, like, Phase Manta or something. Phase Manta, Helm of the Dominator. It'd be kind of fun. You could push with it and stuff. So Radiant team looks like they're going to push. Going to go head top. Bloodseeker's going Black King Bar, which is a great choice, especially against the... Actually, no, it's not. Naga Siren has a 5-second Ensnare. So Ensnare is one of the best abilities in the game against Black King Bar heroes because it goes through magic immunity. So basically any fight where you pop BKB, just ensnare the BKB guys, and he's going to waste 5 entire seconds, which is insane. He actually stopped charging. That's a little weird. God, this Barthram just needs to hit, like, level 14 so bad. He's going to see a stun, though, and an ulti. There's a net on Spirit Breaker. Who cares if he dies? So he already used his ulti. He's worthless. He dies. Big ulti from Naga, actually, kind of counter-initiating here. I don't know if that was worth it. It did stop Witch Doctor ulti. That was kind of cool. And now he's going to kill the Dragonite illusion, which is weird. Morph is very unlikely to die. Oh my god. He just took a lot of damage. I guess that's because he had no armor. And he got riptided or something. Bloodseeker gave him bonus damage or something, I'm guessing. Oh god, Dragonite's going for a Battle Fury. Don't do this, guys. It's really bad. Alright, it's not insanely bad, but it's moderately bad. The reason you don't want to get a Battle Fury on Dragonite, first of all, you already have enough HP regen. The mana regen is okay, but his int gain is not that good, so you can really get by with just a Soul Ring or something like that. It's going to call a good game. Net on Bloodseeker, he looks dead. Oh, Force Staff is going to help. That's actually going to save him, I think. Oh my god, he just ruptured an illusion. That's embarrassing. God, he could have killed somebody. They will lose. They're just calling Bloodseeker a noob, despite him being like the best player in the game. It's like, thanks, bro. Alright, Sniper, of course, went Mask of Madness, because why not? He should basically just be ulting every chance that he can. That would be the best thing that he could do in this entire team fight. And that will be a Shadow Blade. Are we going to see Lich die? Ooh, he's going to get killed by Ursa. That was a good pickup. That was like a max strength right click. Alright, they kill him. Perma Bash! God, Assassinate's so good. Do they have a gem or something? Oh, Bloodseeker. Wait. Nope. Bloodseeker? Yes, they do have Bloodseeker. He's trying to get closer. Can they still see him? There he is. God, he's really fast. They can definitely still see him. He's going to rupture this for sure. Here comes your death. Boom. Bloodseeker, one of those nice heroes against Invis heroes just because of that. Did he must have bought back or something. Oh, he messed up his missiles. He could have gotten that kill, I think. God, how many Mask of Madnesses do we have this game? 2 Mask of Madness. That's pretty not good. I'm really not a big fan of that item, to be honest. I really don't like it, especially against a lot of nukers like this, like Lich. If he just Frost Novas and Chain Frost, he just dies immediately. He doesn't have that much HP, basically. It's most of the problem. One thing that's kind of good about Charge is it does do a Greater Bash, right? Yeah, enemies that you pass through will be hit by Greater Bash. That's one thing that's kind of cool about it. I was thinking about it a little bit on the drive, and while I drove here from Wisconsin, and hypothetically, if you could just pop a BKB and Greater Bash through their enemy team, like pick somebody at the back of the fight and bash through a couple, it's not terrible damage. I mean, you're doing 100 damage to a couple guys. That's not too bad. And a 1.5 second stun. That's kind of a good payoff. I'm just not a huge fan of the Mask of Madness because it does make you very squishy. It's a possibility. It's more of a gamble, basically. You can use it at certain points to really pay off, but I usually don't like picking up the item. Maybe I should try it more in Spirit Breaker. Who knows? I do like getting Treads, Vanguard, and Halberd on Spirit Breaker, though, when I play him, or at least the few times that I have, just because it makes him like a really big tank and hard to kill, which is kind of a nice thing. He does have decent HP, and that's not a lot of attack speed, which is definitely the weakest part about the fact of that build that I hypothetically get. But if you don't have a Mask of Madness, you're not taking 30% extra damage, and all those tank items end up being really useful. So, we're going to see a charge on Ursa now. Force Staff as well, he's going to die for sure. That's a pretty big mistake. But they have a Rupture with the Force Staff, and that's now 700 pure damage, so it helps out a lot. Farm of these guys is still terrible. Morphling, someday he's going to finish a Lincoln Sphere.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Part of the reason why they're so behind on farm is just because they have so many carries. They can't really, like, one guy doesn't get it all. That's the main reason. One of the big differences between high-level players and these guys. Tinker is going for a Bloodstone, which is terrible. Don't do this, guys. It's a really bad build. He's going to eat a laser. How is he not dead? He can maybe get this kill. No, he's got a little bit too much HP. .7 seconds for Assassinate. How's the fight? Battle Fury. I haven't talked about why Battle Fury is terrible yet, but I will soon. Chain Frost. Oh, he's dead now. Yeah, he just like melts when that ulti hits. When he uses the Mask of Madness. And a little right clicks on Lich. That's pretty good. Witch Doctor does decent damage here. And now he's going to be able to take out Naga, I think, here. He's going to silence himself for the damage. Oh, the stun. And he's dead. He really wanted that kill. Oh, Daedalus. Interesting. It's okay with lifesteal. I mean, crit lifesteal is good. Can give you some good HP. Alright, the reason Battle Fury is bad. Doesn't do any cleave with a ranged hero. And he's already got cleave with his ulti. So, I mean, the nice thing is that it gives him a lot of damage. Plus 65 is cool and all. But you can get this different ways. It's basically just a big noob build. If you're a melee hero, he's still going to get cleaved then by having Battle Fury. But you really shouldn't need a Battle Fury on a Dragon Knight. I mean, if you want to kill Ancient stacks, they really ward the small camp. That's so weird. Don't put the sword here, guys. Put it like right here. Somewhere like right here. If you really want cleave and to kill stacks, you just use your ulti. You just get your level 2 ulti, and then you can kill like a bunch of stacks. It's very, very simple. The cleave is huge, I think. I don't know what the splash is, what percentage of it is, but... Is it 100%? I don't remember. See Mask of Madness killing this Ursa here. That was a good ulti. Very good ulti from the Spirit Breaker. I think they might be able to kill Dragon Knight if they can slow him down. Oh yeah, they can charge him. It's like a 2-second stun right there. Nice. Radiant teams actually defend this. They could still win this. Alright, Bloodstone terrible on Tinker. The reason is because it doesn't have an active rearm. The cool thing about it is that it gives you a ton of mana regen, but Tinker doesn't really need that because at any point he can just back up rearm and teleport home and then heal within 15 seconds. This is why Bloodstone is bad on him. And he doesn't really need a lot of mana to leverage. I mean, having a lot of mana is good for him because he can leverage more rearms and missiles and lasers. But the best thing he could probably do is just sell a Null Talisman and get a Soul Ring. You want to get Soul Ring because every time you rearm, you can pop Soul Ring. Now you lose 150 HP, but you also gain 150 mana, and you end up casting a lot of rearms during a combo. So what you'll be allowed to do is just rearm a lot during fights. Rearm a couple times, then you talk about having a lot more mana. You can talk about if you rearm 3 times and you have 3 Soul Rings, then you're essentially getting 450 more mana, which is an insane amount. So, really does pay off. Aghanim Scepter on Witch Doctor now. Kind of a cool item build. Kind of bad, but kind of cool as well. They're going to find Tinker, so he's pretty much dead. Oh my god, please stun this. Looks like Naga's going to be able to kill Sniper in the back. Looks like he's going for a Lothar's. We're going to wait for everybody else to get set up. And here comes the Ursa. Good choice, Spirit Breaker. Another waste of Chain Frost. They're actually doing a decent retreat here. A little surprised. And now they get to... Oh, that's so cool. The ulti gives them extra rupture damage. Oh, that cask was Imba. Big ulti from Witch Doctor. Oh, that was such a big ulti. He's trying to live. Oh man, Witch Doctor did so well there. That was such good play. Was that even bouncing? I didn't know if it was bouncing. Gets really good with level 3 though. Bounces twice. That was a fun team fight to watch. Oh, I love this game so much. Alright, Sniper is going for a Lothar's. This is like the most, or Shadowblade, sorry. This is like the most pub build you can get. Mask of Madness, Treads, Double Wraith Band, and a Lothar's. I mean, it's good because people don't have invisibility. Like, they don't have Sentry Wards or Dust, I guess, but... I don't know. You could argue that Lothar's is one of the best pub abilities, or pub items in the game, just because people don't buy the counters to it. But if you're playing against at all reasonable players, you should not grab Shadowblade very often. Unless you're playing like Kunkka, or a hero like that, where it actually gives you big damage output. Stuff like that can work out. And finally, we have a Lincoln Sphere finish on Morphling, and they're going to get a bot tower. God, they have so few towers. They can pretty much kill anybody here with Rupture. I mean, They've got good kill potential. He does have his BKB. He's going to force staff forward looking for a rupture, but they will not find it. There is Ursa. And a couple heroes mid. And, wow, he's going Dagon. Okay. This is not really worth it. You shouldn't get a Dagon this late. It's 41 minutes. It's probably going to be a Dagon. The nice thing about Dagon is that you can drop a Maledict and then you can Dagon them immediately. Now, normally I would say this is bad because your HP is not enough to compensate for this, but he already has a good HP item. So you could almost argue, honestly, he's going to die, by the way, I think. You could honestly probably argue that grabbing a Dagon 5 is not a terrible item on a Witch Doctor, just because it will actually really accelerate the damage output. But honestly, something like a Ghost Scepter is most likely going to be a better item anyways, so... Is Morphling going to fight? He's going to get stunned, I'm sure. Illusions, hala! Morphling really needs to get his Lincoln Sphere. That would be smart. He's going to silence the guy that does the most damage on the enemy team. Very smart. He can't use his ulti. He's going to BKB though, and now he's going to die. Unless we see SB Beast Mode and save him. Wow, he actually got owned here. And Mask of Madness, of course. And Morphling is going to jump in. That's pretty funny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Come on, Morphling, you got this. Oh god, that was a lot of damage. Oh, Morphling actually dies to, believe it or not, Naga Siren plus Ursa. There's another net. Now we're going to see another dead here. Riptide, yes. Wow, okay, so it looks like the Dire team is actually going to win this. I thought maybe the rating could come back. I mean, the main problem is that they're just team fighting badly. And by that I mean they're engaging in team fights where they shouldn't be there. I mean, Witch Doctor was the first to get caught, and then people tried to save him. Rather than just having a straight-up team fight. I mean, the Dire team does have better abilities and things, but if you look at the gold farm, the difference is very, very meager. This game was easily winnable by the Radiant team. Completely easily. All they have to do for a team fight is jump in, kill Naga Siren, maybe. If they could kill Naga, that would win them the game. But, or every team fight guaranteed. Or maybe just walk around with sentries or something. I mean, like, even though they have some terrible itemed heroes, like, they could win every fight. If Sniper sits back and just spams his ulti every 15 seconds, he would be useful. If a Witch Doctor throws down the cask and gets an ulti off, he's happy. Morphling was pretty worthless this game, and he didn't even have good positioning or like use his hero that well. Spiritbreaker did bad, but he didn't do terrible. Like, he was active in team fights, which was good. And Bloodseeker did his best, but the problem was that the net obviously does shut them down, so that makes things harder. And that's going to delay the game by just a little bit here, as we see. Is that a TP scroll? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's the end of the game, guys. That's a Purge Cast of Pub. Thanks for watching. I'm all moved in now, mostly. I still have a couple more things to set up, but I'm mostly set up. I'm going to start streaming in a second here after I upload this video. And thanks for everybody for watching. If you aren't aware of what happened, I just moved from Wisconsin to California, which is equivalent to driving the entire length of Europe. So I kind of moved very far away, but still in the U.S., and now close to Luminous and Blitz and a couple other awesome people. So I should be able to collaborate with them a lot more and make a lot of awesome videos, and generally have a great time. So pretty excited to be here, and sorry for all the delay in videos and stuff, but I was traveling and then setting things up and finally have a chance. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.